Sir Winfield Salmond's definition of a tort. The easiest way to do this is to break the definition up into what is a tort and what is not a tort. The definition gives us this. So firstly, tort is a civil wrong. Secondly, the remedy is common law action for unliquidated damages. Now, anything which is exclusively 1 a contract, 2 a trust, 3 an equitable obligation is not a tort. When we talk about anything being a civil wrong, which means that it is primarily a civil suit, it is a private wrong between two private individuals, and the remedy here, which is the objective of the civil law here, is compensation. To award compensation. And these are majorly the features of what a civil wrong in general is. So tort is first of all a civil wrong. Now let's understand that the action arises in common law and the remedy is unliquidated damages. So common law action, now what does this basically mean? Common law principles are the principles which have been derived primarily from English law. Now this is the historical origin of common law. Secondly, when we talk about common law action, we understand that these are mainly judge-made laws. What are judge-made laws? These are those laws which have come up from court decisions. When we don't have a particular act or a statute with respect to a particular subject, then the decisions of the courts become precedents for future cases. So the laws are basically based on previous decisions of the courts itself. In India, the principles of tort law have been inspired and influenced by the English laws, by the common laws. So that is why the action lies in common law, and no specific act or statute exists for tort law. Like for Contract Act, we have Indian Contract Act. But for tort law, we don't have any specific statute. It is mainly judge-made. Definition says common law action for unliquidated damages. Common law action we've understood. Now unliquidated damages. Damages primarily can be of two types, prefixed and not prefixed. Prefixed damages are those which are referred to as liquidated damages, and not prefixed are referred to as unliquidated damages. In torts, damages are not prefixed, hence unliquidated. Now why unliquidated damages for law of torts? Because depending on the case, from case to case, this is going to vary. Say for example, A defames B. This is a tort. Now here, the court will see how much of harm has been caused to B. The court will assess the harm that has been caused to B and decide on that basis how much of compensation, what is the damages that A will have to pay to B. So in this case, it is not prefixed. Now we can say that in torts, the damages are not prefixed and hence unliquidated.